Hello and welcome back to another episode of Getting Every Minecraft Advancement. Today we are fighting the Ender Dragon. Yep, and it's important to note that my spawn is not set at the end portal and I didn't write down the coordinates, so I don't know where it is. Good luck me. I mean, I really have no one but myself to blame for forgetting to set my spawn, but at least I have a bunch of totems of undying if it comes to it. I did manage to get both the Spyglass advancement and the Dragon's Breath though, which was pretty good because I was really worried I was going to forget both of those. I'm so glad I remembered slow falling potions because otherwise it would have been really bad because I also didn't have a bucket of water with me, which was a bit annoying when it came to some Endermen at some points, but other than that I was fine. This fight's honestly a little bit embarrassing because I just kept missing all my bow shots because the dragon's almost the same color as the void, so I just couldn't see very well. It was honestly just a little slow, like, she wouldn't come down very often and I couldn't hit her very well with my bow, but I was doing my best. And eventually it did pay off, so I think that's all that matters. And honestly, I'm so annoyed because I realized that I forgot to bring torches to get the Ender Dragon egg. But you know what's on the pillar in the middle of the portal back to the overworld? 4 torches. I could have just broke those, but no, I needed to take a log and smelt it into charcoal so I could make my 4 torches. And then I did the stupidest thing possible and I messed up the end crystal placements and I'm still so annoyed about this. Because not only did I place them in the wrong spots, but you also don't place them on obsidian. Like, what the hell was I even doing? I barely looked at the Google search page of how to respawn the Ender Dragon because why the hell would I ever want to respawn the Ender Dragon? And then I said, okay, I understand exactly what I need to do now, and then failed spectacularly. I decided I would just have to come back later with some more end crystals and just went through the portal to the other end islands. I made sure to gather some chorus plants because, I don't know, maybe I'll build with purpur. I don't build with purpur ever because I barely ever go to the end, but now I have purpur. After some precarious bridging across the void, I managed to find my way to an end city, but it did not have a boat. It very noticeably did not have a boat, but I wasn't about to just not go in it because there was still a bunch of loot and things I could get in it. Trying to get the great view from up here advancement before I got an elytra was a bold move from me, honestly. I did make it my mission to kill as many shulkers as possible because I want a lot of shulker boxes and I don't want to have to come back here. Please. I'll refight the Ender Dragon, but I don't want to go end busting again. A lot of the loot that I got from this end city was actually really sad. It was like 4 pieces of gold and a saddle. Like, I did not defeat a dragon holding a dimension hostage for 4 pieces of gold and a saddle. I found a bunch more end cities, but I decided to just not show those because they were a lot of the same things, just slightly different loot, but I did find one with a ship after going several thousand blocks in the end, so you win some, you lose some. I really thought I was going to die from this because I just decided to try to levitate my way across the literal void to get to the ship. Again, bold moves from someone who doesn't have an elytra yet. I do have an elytra now, though, and it's very pretty. I also really wanted to get the dragon head because, I mean, come on. Who doesn't want a dragon head? Also, seeing an Enderman get hit with levitation wasn't something I thought I'd see today, but I did. And you know, fair enough. I'd be pissed too if I was levitating. I was very annoyed that I kept levitating, actually. It was infuriating. I would also like to speak to the End City planners, because what the hell is this? At this point, I'd turned around to go back home, but I tried to go a slightly different route than the one that I came on the off chance I'd find other end cities. And I did. I found another one with a ship, so now if I lose my elytra in a really stupid way, at least I have another one to then lose in another really stupid way. Found a different portal back than the one that I took to get here, so I wasn't sure if it was just going to drop me in the void or something, which in hindsight doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it made me put all my stuff in my ender chest just to be sure, and then I failed all 3 of my ender pearl throws, so I had to get my stuff out of the ender chest again, kill an enderman, put my stuff back in the chest, and then try again. I did finally make it back though, and I jumped through the end portal. And it turns out my spawn wasn't set anywhere, and now I'm really glad I didn't die throughout my entire end trip because I would have been back at spawn, even further away from the end portal. So, good job me. I set the Ender Dragon head up with a redstone torch so it would move, and I think that was such a mistake because every so often I would be building in the lawn outside and I would look into my window and I would just see something move in there and think there was like something in my house. No, it's the thing of my own creation, my own worst nightmare. There's really nothing better than getting an elytra for the first time and getting to see a bird's eye view of my area, because I can really see how flat it is and how I need to do some landscaping. I decided I was going to try to fly back to the end portal because I knew roughly where it was. I knew that it was roughly in one of the underground caves in this coral reef. I just didn't remember which one, so I just dug around for a while before eventually finding it. I really listened to what my heart told me, and my heart told me left. But I did manage to correctly place the end crystals this time instead of making a fool out of myself again. So, small blessings. I would also like to note something. I also didn't set my spawn again. Yep, I really didn't. I forgot again. I've also never respawned the Ender Dragon before, so the light show was a little dramatic, I'll be honest. And then yeah, I basically just killed the Ender Dragon again and managed not to die, so, you know, all in a day's work. But now if we'll turn our attention to something else, there's 2 advancements that involve going to build limit: Star Trader and Caves and Cliffs. One of them is to trade with a villager at build height, and the other one is to fall from world height to bedrock. I already planned out the colors that I wanted it to be and made a gradient in my creative test world, and all that was left was to figure out how much of each block that I needed. I made a list of each block that I was going to need, and I spelled most of them wrong, but we don't have to talk about that. Why would I ever need to know how to spell the word terracotta? Don't. And now for the segment no one asked for. Math with mushratting. Math ratting. The area I had planned for the tower was Y72, and I had 74 different kinds of blocks that I wanted to build out of. And with build height being 319, all I had to do was subtract 319 from 72 to figure out how tall the tower was actually going to be. And the answer to that is 247 blocks tall. And then if I divide 247 by 74, I'll get how many layers of each block that will be in the tower. I decided to round down to 3 instead of rounding up to 4, because I think something's gonna happen with the roof probably, because I don't just want it to be a pillar, I want it to be a tower. So I've got that to consider too. The tower is gonna be 7 by 7, so if there are 4 sides and each side is 7 blocks long, that means it's gonna be 24 per layer. And then to find out just how many blocks I'll need per layer, I just have to multiply 24 by 3, which is 72. But to make it a bit easier on myself, I wanted to figure out how many stacks I would need, which the answer to that was 1 stack and 8 blocks. But this is also my math, so I want to gather a little extra of each block just in case I'm wrong. This book was really aptly named. This was really hard math. It's like 3rd grade level math. It's just multiplication, but it made my brain work so hard. And here's all the advancements I got this episode. I'm really happy that I actually managed to finish the end tab in 1 episode, because I did try to do the nether tab in 2 episodes and I still haven't finished it, and it's been several more episodes. But I don't have to go back to the end at all. Unless I want to, but I don't want to.